Howdy friends, welcome to the shop. For those that know, a couple years back I did a few clunker videos with Steve from Hardtail Party, and we worked with a state bicycle company and did custom clunker bikes and rode them around Moab. For those that know, Club Ride's been a longtime partner of mine, and we were talking about things that we could do together and wanted to do a custom Club Ride clunker bike. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We also reached out to State Bicycle Company, and they're in on it, and worked with FSA, and they're in on it. And what we're going to do is I'm going to take this brand new State Bicycle Company clunker and make it a custom themed Club Ride with some FSA parts on it. So first thing is to get this out of the box, get the frame out so I can do a custom paint job on it. So let's get to it. All right, so that gets this stripped down. This is I actually really like this. I like this matte green, but we're gonna totally change everything on this. So now I need to get it down to the raw frame so we can rough up this current paint job enough to install a new paint job over top. Custom Club Ride paint job. Let's get to it. All right. All right, so now I've got the frame basically stripped down. I'm just gonna take the seat collar and the seat post off once I'm done sanding this up. And now to prep the frame, just because I might as well teach you guys a little bit, I like to use 220 grit. So 220 grit will scuff it up just enough, but the paint that I'm gonna be using spray.bike paint. It fills in up to the 220 grit. I find that if I use a coarser grit, the scuff marks and the scratch marks are visible through the paint, but at 220 we should be good. So to prep this, I'm going to use the paint coat below it as though it's a primer coat, but I'm still going to put on a primer coat over top, just so I have a uniform base between the green frame and the black fork to paint up this bike and the custom club ride design. So yeah, we'll just scuff this up, loosely sanding it to prep it for the future coats. With the frame sanded, just want to clear off all the paint dust from sanding. I'm just going to brush it off first with a rag. Hit it really quick with wet rag just to get it all off. And now we're ready to tape this up. I'm just going to plug the places I don't want to paint. And then we'll be ready to do our first coat. Take off the seat post. Remove the seat post clamp. And we're ready for paint. Okay, so now with the frame prepped, we're ready to do painting. And I've got my spray.bike frame builder's primer, metal primer. This, because of what I've got already, it basically, well, it is primed, but I want a uniform color before I start painting between the fork and the frame. So I'm gonna just hit this really quick with a little bit of primer. All right, next up, we're gonna put on the main base color, which is this spray.bike. See if it can focus in here. Vintage Perry. It's kind of a light blue. All right, so now that I've finished this base coat, it's time to stick on some masking vinyl, including State Bicycle Company, Club Ride, FSA, and myself. So we'll stick those on. Then it's time to do some hand painting. These vinyl stickers that I use, I make myself. I use a Cricut vinyl cutter. I lay them out or I get the graphics. Sometimes I design the graphics myself. Sometimes I take them from the frame, but I make them myself, cut them out on a Cricut vinyl cutter, and then I use them for masking during paint. All right, so now I'm going to be painting this pattern on. You can see, if you look closely, there's outlines of these chilies, obviously the purpley ones, purpley red, brown, and then there's small outlines of the same design in the background. We're not going to cover this whole thing in chilies, but we're going to do some of them, and I'm going to hand paint them. That's the plan, at least, using spray.bike paint. Okay, and now we're going to put on a 2K clear coat. So thanks for following along with me on this one. It was fun to build up this State Bicycle Company clunker and to do a custom paint job with Club Ride and work with FSA. This is such a cool bike. Let's just stare at it for a bit. And with that, this bike is done. And it's time for it to become one of yours. In the description below is a link that will take you to a way to become the future owner of this bike in this bike giveaway with Club Ride, State Bicycle Company, FSA, and others. So check it out. Check out the awesome stuff from Club Ride. They've been a long-time supporter of my channel, and I love their stuff. As always, also, look for opportunities to give old things new life. Get out and ride your bike, and I will see you on the next video. Ciao.